Hello and welcome to the Daily Millwall for Tuesday, the 3rd of December 2024. Some big pieces of news coming out today about Millwall Football Club, and we're going to start off with one now. Is it Josh Coburn is going to be out again? He's out injured with a metatarsal injury. 8 weeks to 2 months he's out. Oh dear. This is from the southernnews.co.uk, but I believe it was an exclusive from the South London Press, posted up very early in the morning. Mill striker set to miss at least 8 weeks with metatarsal injury, but Harris confirms Hutchinson's knock is very low level. Striker Josh Coburn is set to miss at least 8 weeks after suffering a broken metatarsal during Mill's 1-1 draw with Oxford United last Saturday. Coburn limped off the pitch at half-time, adding to the Lions' growing list of absences for their clash with Coventry City this Saturday. Jake Cooper has been sidelined until late January with a knee injury, while Japhet Tanganga is suspended after picking up his 5th yellow card of the season against the U's. Captain Shaun Hutchinson also set to miss out this weekend with a hamstring injury, but Harris confirmed there were no long-term concerns with Shaun Hutchinson. Duncan Watmore will likely make his return against the Sky Blues after missing the Lions' last 2 matchday squads for illness. I'll start with the good news. Harris told News at Den. Hutch has a very low-level hamstring injury. It will very likely be no for the weekend, but will be much more positive for next week, whether that's Sheffield United or Middlesbrough. Duncan Watmore is healthy again. He really struggled last week, and we're really thankful that Dunk is okay and he's back into training, so should come back into the squad for the weekend. Josh Coburn has got a broken metatarsal, so he's going to be in a boot for a minimum of 6 weeks, and we're certainly not going to see him for the next 8 weeks, and we'll be quite fortunate if he's on some sort of time pathway as Jake Cooper. So we're looking for January, end of January for both of them. But realistically, we're not going to see Josh for at least 8 weeks. Midfielder Daniel Kelly was substituted early during the under-21s match against Watford yesterday and is another potential injury concern. Dan Kelly came off very early in the game with an ankle ligament injury, and he's going to be assessed this morning, so I'll know a lot more in the next 48 hours, but it was very swollen and bruised very early on. Like Josh, it was a contact injury, something completely out of our control. Just one of those unfortunate ones. It could be fine very quickly, but we feel a little bit unfortunate that you lose Jake Cooper and then you lose Josh Coburn to impacts, and Dan Kelly could be the same. Well, Dan Kelly's not even playing, so he's not even getting on the bench anymore because we did have a fully fit squad. Now, another big piece of news. I've left it for second. They've sorted out the date for the Portsmouth versus Millwall game. They've sorted it out, and they've got it confirmed. So I imagine Millwall and Portsmouth knew, and then they asked the league because they have to tell the league, and the league then confirms it. So yeah, Millwall's rearranged Sky Bet Championship trip to Portsmouth will now take place on Tuesday the 28th of January. Tuesday the 28th of January 2025. Kickoff is at 7:45 p.m. So there you go. The original fixture at Fratton Park was postponed due to a power failure in the local area. That is wrong. It was a power failure at Fratton Park, and only Fratton Park. It was the substation that solely serves Fratton Park. I don't know why they keep saying that. I don't know. Even Fratton Park wasn't fully... Some parts of Fratton Park still had power. It was literally just half of Fratton Park. Stop saying it was the local area. Although, weirdly, the floodlights at Gospel FC didn't work either. But again, that was just Gospel FC. There was no power cut anywhere near around the ground. It's a very weird thing going on now. I don't know what's going on. Maybe bats have been living in the floodlights. I don't know what's going on. Tickets for the match will go on sale soon with supporters who purchase a ticket for the original fixture on Wednesday the 27th of November 2024 to be given a priority window to buy for the rearranged match. Should any tickets remain following the priority window, season ticket holders will be able to purchase, followed by members subject to availability. Well, I would imagine that they give us the same amount of tickets, so I would imagine then it's up to the same people who bought the tickets whether they want it. So they're going to get first refusal, and then if they don't want to go and they don't buy their ticket to hand it off to anyone else, it'll go on to any other season ticket holders and then members. But I doubt members will get a sniff, really. I think, although to be fair, maybe some people got put off. Maybe people like, yeah, I'm not touching this with a barge pole, because this will be the third trip down there now. So maybe some people are going to be like, yeah, I'm not doing it. So Portsmouth will be distributing new tickets to the club. Please note that tickets for the original fixture will not be valid. Do not use these. The club will provide subsidised coach travel to Fratton Park, with pricing to be confirmed alongside ticketing details in due course. In regards to the loyalty points, as a result of refunds from the original game being actioned, points were automatically deducted from accounts which had purchased tickets for the November game. These will now need to be manually re-added. In addition, Mill fans who purchase a new ticket for the January fixture will still receive loyalty points. So, any fans who bought a ticket before and then buy a new one, you're going to get double bubble on your loyalty points. How loyal are you? Super loyal. If you're going down there again, I guess. Now, we may have some trouble brewing. We're starting to pick up injuries again. As mentioned, Jake Cooper, Hutch, Danny Kelly, Josh Coburn. Oh, we could have a whole host of players suspended because of the thing where once you get to 5 yellow cards, you miss a game. I don't know why they're doing that. Why do they do that? I don't know. So 4 Millwall players need to avoid yellow cards against Coventry and Sheffield United to avoid a ban. This is from londonnewsonline.co.uk. 4 Millwall players need to avoid yellow cards against Coventry and Sheffield United to avoid a ban. That's because there's a cut-off date. So it's 5 yellow cards before this date, and then you get the ban. So they have to hold on past that date. But I say, que sera, sera. You know, if you get the card, you get the card. If you don't get the card, you don't get the card. Just play how you want to play. Play how you were going to play. Don't change your game. Don't soften it up. Don't, just keep doing what you were doing. Mill have 4 players who are at risk of a 1-game ban unless they avoid receiving a booking in the home games against Coventry City and Sheffield United. The Lions, undefeated in their last 9 championship matches, host Coventry on Saturday. Next up after that is high-flying Sheffield United in SE16. Jules Saville, Romain Esse, Ryan Leonard and George Honeyman are all on 4 cautions, with Jake Cooper, Casper Knorr and Ryan Winter on 3. Well, Jake Cooper's not playing until January, so he's fine. So they're saying if Casper and Ryan get yellow cards in the next 2 games, they're going to get banned. Jafet Tanganga is banned after collecting his 5th yellow card in Saturday's 1-1 draw at Oxford United. Due to the Portsmouth match being postponed last week, the cut-off for 5 bookings is after Mill's meeting with the Blades. So that's interesting. So it's not a date, it's due to how, the number of games, I guess. It's not a fixed date. It's after how many games you played. That is interesting. Any player who reaches that number before then is suspended for 1 league match. Yeah, so there you go. Like I said, don't walk on eggshells. Play how you're going to play. And just crack on. Just do it. Now, talking about the FA Cup draw. Home tie was Mill manager's sole desire once chance of FA Cup tie against West Ham was ended. Yeah, West Ham got drew, didn't they, quite early on. I forgot who they got. And then after that, you're just looking for a home draw. I think when Man City came out, I was looking at them like, we're going to get Man City away. Like when a big team gets drawn at home, and then you're waiting for the next ball, and you're hoping it's going to always 25. No, it wasn't. And then it was 25 at home. And then we got Dagenham and Redbridge. So Neil Harris has given his verdict on Monday night's FA Cup draw with the Millwall head coach, stating once again that he had hoped to face West Ham United in the competition. The Lions boss has talked about his desire to take on the East Londoners, and Mill came close, at least geographically, when Deal Dublin drew out Dagenham and Redbridge's ball. West Ham head to Aston Villa, yeah, that was it. Yes, quite a few Prem versus Prem ties. So again, if we can get through, it's one of them. If we're not going to go up in the playoffs because we, for some reason, are playing Tom Bradshaw as our striker, which means we can't score more than one goal. And then I guess a cup run. Let's have a cup run. Although, kind of wary of Tom Bradshaw playing against Dagenham and Redbridge. Don't think he'd do too well against them. So, Harris said, as soon as West Ham came out as a second tie, and I just wanted to be at home. The location is very close, but Dagenham and West Ham are very different football clubs, with two separate identities. And it would have been lovely as a Millwall manager to manage against West Ham, but it's just a home tie. It will be a great opportunity for Dagenham, as a non-league club, to go to a championship side, and it is a London derby, and they will be looking to try and cause an upset. For us, we see it as an opportunity to progress to the next round, provided we have the right mentality to play against a lower division team at home. Well, that didn't work in the League Cup against Leyton Orient, did it? Or against Reading, was that last season or the season before? So, we do have a knack of not doing that. Remember Woking game? Remember Clive Walker? Remember that? Yeah. Yes. Now, this is from millwallfc.co.uk. A bit of an artsy shot there with some reflections in the glass on Jensen's orange shirt. Mill host 24-25 Kit Sponsors Day. So Millwall Football Club hosted its 24-25 Kit Sponsors Day at the Den on Monday the 2nd of December. That's a bit early, isn't it? That's a bit early. It's 24-25. And they've done it in December 24. Unless they're going to do another one, aimed at allowing sponsors to enjoy the benefits of purchased kit sponsorship packages. The day saw attendees watch the Lions train in SE16 before each receiving a bespoke frame, complete with signed shirt and a photograph with their sponsored player or member of staff. Yeah, great. Can you imagine taking that on the train home? Or on the bus? The day kicked off with a Q&A with head coach Neil Harris before the sponsors then enjoyed a 2-course lunch. Only 2 courses? Oh, it's a recession, isn't it? The economy. With a first team squad. You can take a look at our gallery from the Kit Sponsors Day 24-25 below. Oh, so they did it like a Christmas dinner, did they? Is that why they got the crackers out? I guess that kind of... Oh, yeah, they got the crackers at the table. I guess that kind of makes sense. Did somebody ask him why the fuck he plays Bradshaw? Was Bradshaw there? Who got Bradshaw's shirt? Anyone? That was always a mark, wasn't it? You would look in the programme about the player sponsors and which players have been sponsored and which players haven't been sponsored, and you would get players that were. You get the low-level junior players, and they have their home, away, and third kits, and no one would sponsor them unless they were like a local lad, like Danny Mack or something like that, and they came through the youth. But you would then get like a seasoned pro who's probably been at the club a bit too long. He's on his last legs and. He didn't have a kit sponsor. I was like, I think this might be the last season for this guy. George Hyman there. And the Gibber, Ben Roberts. Savile, sponsored by RTL Group. And they also sponsored Aziz. All 3 of Aziz, damn. There you go back around again. They still have like loads of sponsorship things going though. Like I said, if you want to know which players are sponsored, you have to go to squad and then click on first team and then click on the players, and then it should tell you who sponsors them. But the last time I did that, they had last year's ones on, so they hadn't updated it. Now, moving on to this, we're going to finish with this. The Mill to mark Memorial Day 2025 versus Hull City. So Mill host Hull City in the Sky Bet Championship on Saturday, the 18th of January. The kickoff is at 3 p.m. And the match will see the club hold its annual Memorial Day. The day will see the Lions honour all supporters sadly lost in 2024 by way of a minute's applause as their names are shown on the stadium's big screen before the action gets underway. The list of names will also be available to view in Mill's online digital match pack and the Lions official X account on the day. If you have a Mill supporting friend or relative who sadly passed away in 2024, the club want to hear from you. Please send your loved one's name by email, clearly marking the subject line as Memorial Day to mlitchfield@millfc.co.uk by Wednesday the 15th of January. So there you go. And on that note, thank you for watching and bye-bye.